Hey guys, welcome back to the X-Ring. On today's episode, we have a full review of a new product by Microtech called the Exocet. This is the Stonewash Standard. 17-10 is the SKU for it, and it is by Microtech Knives. Now, Microtech's always been known to be pretty innovative with their products, and something that they've come up with is called the Exocet that looks just like this. I want you guys to see this. Basically, it is a pocket clip, money clip, short blade out the front. Now guys, this blade is California compliant, so it is legal in California. This is a tiny, short, thin blade, but I want to do some testing and see how well it does for opening boxes, little things like that, light task, and then take it a step further, and then I want to do some durability testing or maybe some torture testing and see how viable it actually would be as a self-defense tool. It is one of those things that could be easily overlooked. You know, if somebody was looking for a knife or something like that, and then let's say you had to empty out your pockets, it looks like a very unassuming money clip. Not trying to infer anything with that, just saying it doesn't really look like a knife. So let's go ahead and get with the testing. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so at the start of the test, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Exocet and we're going to see how sharp it is from the factory, just on a standard, just target paper here. Yeah, there's no problem with cutting this or slicing this. I mean, you guys can see that I can just shave it. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's a little damp out today, and with that, it's a little hard to show this. And I really don't know any other way to do that other than to slice paper. I mean, I don't have a sharpness meter or anything like that. So at the beginning of the test, starting off, this is, just so you guys can see, I think this is serial number 69. Doesn't do too well up close with this new camera. But anyway, so that's the beginning of the test. So what we're going to do now is some basic things like opening up boxes, things like that, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so if you were to carry it in your pocket like a knife, it's going to look something like this. And that's very large. It looks like you're carrying a very large knife or something. But you could also use it as a money clip, just to where you've got some type of blade. So the first thing we want to do is, let's open a box. Let's say you just got a package. Let's see how well it does. All right, guys, so we've got an empty box here. I've got it taped up multiple times with just like clear packing tape. And so what we'll do is we'll just dig it into here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Don't want to cut myself during this test. And there it goes. All right, let's go ahead and cut open the box like this. Yeah, so cutting open a box or anything cardboard, this is going to be pretty easy for this. Like I said, it's a very, very thin blade. So I don't think it was going to have any issues doing anything like that. Let's test it on something else. Let's test it on something like heavy canvas. This does not have lead shot in it. This actually has sand in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this with the Exocet. We'll make sure that we get any sand and all that out of it so we don't get it inside of the action. Like I said, you can move it pretty quickly if you've got pretty strong thumbs, but we'll see what this looks like. So for this first test, what we're going to do is take this chilled, or this bag here, this heavy canvas. Let's just poke it in. And there it is, no problem whatsoever. Make sure I don't have any sand on this. We're good so far. Wasted some good sand. Next test, just to see if it's a viable self-defense tool. Even though it's small, it's better than nothing, better than a sharp stick, right? So we have a brand new t-shirt, it's never been worn. We have one of Rick's dummies with Is Your Six Covered. And I'm not claiming to be any type of knife expert or anything like that. We're just going to do some slashing, and we want to see if this would actually cut through the shirt on one of these rubber dummies. I don't know how the blade is going to react to the rubber on the backside. So here we go. And I don't think that was any issue. I actually felt it go into the rubber on the inside of the dummy here. And let's see if we can do it again. So each cut went in pretty deeply. All right, guys, so examining this, you can see the first cut right there. Then we had the double cut. You guys can see that. Then you can see also the slashing there. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we have a thick sweatshirt here. I've actually had it in my collection for a while, needed to cover up the logo there. But let's see if it'll actually cut through a sweatshirt. I do have the t-shirt underneath it, so here we go. So no issues cutting through the sweatshirt as well as the t-shirt. I could actually feel it stop into the rubber there. You guys can see that. I'll do a close-up here in just a second. But, you know, slashing is not going to be a problem with this, one way or the other. I don't know about plunging and how this rubber dummy is going to react with plunging something into it like that. It actually stops it pretty quick with that rubber, but I've still got about 1 inch penetration. You're not going to get through any ribs. You're not going to hit any vitals. But something up here would definitely cause a lot of damage, I'm sure, or at least it'll make them change their mind on something that way or another. I feel the blade is thin, but this does use the Carpenter 204P, so it's a good solid quality steel, blade steel. We still don't have any issues with that. So I think it is viable as a self-defense tool. It is, like I said, definitely something that, depending on how you're holding it, manipulating it, you can go either way. It's double-edged, but then you also have it as a stabbing tool like this. It does not have a glass breaker. On the back side, you're going to see that billet 17 4-piece lanyard loop. And overall, fit and finish is what Microtech is synonymous for. I mean, it's all there. This looks like a Type 3 mil-spec hard coat on the actual outside of the chassis itself. Let's do a couple more tests. Let's get a little crazy with it. All right, guys, so for this next test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Microtech Exocet, and I want to pound it into this 2x4, this 2x2 rather, with this 2x4. So wish me luck on this, because this is my personal knife. And here we go. And this is about as far as I can get it into this 2x2 and still feel good about it, because this is actually moving quite a bit. All right, here we go. First take. I'm just going to wipe the blade off. We're still good. That lock mechanism still works. No issues with it. I have to say, pretty impressed with that lock mechanism and it holding up, because if you were to look at this initially, you would think it's a toy or something that's really lightweight, but so far it's holding up. Price point on these are going to be somewhere around $240, $250. These are just now starting to hit the dealers. Let's go ahead and check it for sharpness. All right, guys, so this is that same piece of target material that we were using before. This is the end of the test. We've already done everything with the slashing, hammered it into the 2x2, actually even dropped it on the ground, have a little bit of mud on it. Let's see if we are still good at slicing. Oh, yes, absolutely. And I didn't think it would be an issue with edge retention because of that 204P. Let's try the other side. Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, nice clean cuts on that. Great little tool. All right, guys, so one of the best things about that Exocet is that it is so unassuming. Let's say I was checking myself for weapons, anything like that. I've got my money clip. See, I've got a lighter, I've got some keys, and that's it. I've got nothing else on me. The chances of someone recognizing this as something other than a money clip, I don't know, because they'd have to see that button, which the button's really concealed from the backside here. Yes, you could still deploy this if you needed to, and it's going to stick out like that, but it's one of those things that doesn't really look like a knife. So yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's great. Hopefully you guys like that review. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.